capital outlay is another way to do economic development. And why do I say that? Because as I've said many times before when I've come down here, the only way we're going to get economic development in Torrance County is by building infrastructure. Because no one will come to Torrance County if we don't have the infrastructure available for them. If we don't have roads, and we don't have water, and we don't have sewers, and we don't have electricity, and all the other things that we need, companies won't come here. They'll go to places where all that stuff already exists, because they can go someplace where it's already built, and they will. So we have a dire shortage of all of that. It's up to you to figure out what infrastructure you want, and it's up to you to figure out where you want the infrastructure to be. All right? Do you want to go out and dig up, cattle ranches to put in the infrastructure to bring companies? My understanding is no. All through the campaign, people always indicated to me, well, we don't want to do that. We don't want to change the rural character of this county. I'm fine with that. But you got some places where you could do it. Right here in Estancia, for example. Certainly in Moriarty, Mountainar, everybody, we can put things in there. But you're going to have to do it, right? And to do that, it's not going to all be paid for by the state. Sadly, the state doesn't have enough money to do all that. So the state's going to give you some money to do projects with, and then you're going to have to do some money on your own. And everybody here says, oh, but we're such a poor county, we have no money. All right, I get it. Fine. But start passing the hat. Some people are sick of hearing me say this, but you're going to have to put some money of your own in here to match these things up so that you can get these projects going to get infrastructure. And when you get infrastructure, then we have to sell it. And that's what you have chambers of commerce for. And you have people who are out there beating the bushes to try to bring people in here. And they bring jobs. And maybe it's only a job with a company with 10 jobs. But 10 jobs is way better than not having 10 jobs. And then if you get 10 jobs, that brings another company in with 15. And then you got 25, and that brings another company in with 50. And you can snowball it out, but you got to be prepared. So the capital outlay is your opportunity, if you plan carefully, to do the things you need to do to make an environment where you can attract people to come. And when people come, they start hiring people who live here and putting out payroll, and that generates income taxes, and that generates property taxes because they have to live somewhere, and it generates grocery receipts taxes. And then we all move forward and do it again. So that's the way it works. It's really no secret. It's not a surprise to anybody. So we can do that here. We just have to be careful. We have to be smart. And what you have to do is, on your capital outlay request, allow your money to be frittered away. What would frittering away your money be? Frittering away your money would be putting it on some special project that's so special that there's only 3 people in the county who need it. Because that happens all the time, 3 people who think they just absolutely have to have this project. They want that project for $90,000. And then they get the project, and then they're really happy. Great, they got their project. But it didn't do all the rest of us any good because we didn't get any roads built or sewers put in or anything else made because, they got their $90,000 project. So when you get the projects together, you need to make sure you have some agreement amongst yourselves about what's going to move the ball forward. What can do a good job for you in the future? How are you going to make this a better place to live? For you, for your kids, for your grandchildren. And then make sure those are the projects that you ask for. And then you have to make sure that when you ask for those, that you explain to me that, look, we all talk this over. We think this is the best thing we can do for ourselves right now if you'll just go ahead and put some money on it. And that will help me decide out of the millions of dollars of requests which ones really need to get funded.